understand that this is a very momentous occasion in the life of your dear one today, and you would like to capture each moment forever. But we would request you to please be seated as you take pictures with your mobiles. We would also like to inform you that we have shared the YouTube link to you through EduNext, where your friends and family can watch the entire event live. So please do share it with your near and dear ones.
Valedictory, they say, is not the end, but the beginning of an endless story. It marks the culmination of all the time, energy, and efforts that students have put in their pursuit of knowledge that will help and empower them in embarking on a new journey of their life. It also marks the culmination and celebration of all that they have achieved so far. Please join us in welcoming our valedictorians of 2022-23 as they proudly march forward with zeal and ardor. Presenting to you Class 10A, led by Ms. Tintu Mopin and Ms. Sabhat Farhana. Dear audience, do not miss the class-wise descriptions that are being screened on the screens right in front of you, where each student has shared with us what he or she aspires to be when they grow up. Please do have a look at them. Please give them a round of applause.
Now we have Class 10B, led by Ms. Shobha Sharma and Ms. Shruti Keti, walking down the aisle in entire splendor with heads held high. The outgoing batch of students take their much coveted places. Let's keep applauding our graduates and make them feel proud as they march in with poise and dignity. Give them a big round of applause, audience.
Let's now welcome Class 10C, led by Ms. Surya Ram Babu and Ms. K. Shobha. Dear graduates, you all are a picture of grace and poise, and the stage would definitely come alive with your presence. Each one of you is truly unique, and we truly treasure you.
Now we have Class 10D, led by Ms. Soumya PK and Ms. Lata KS. It is indeed a very special moment for all of us as we join them on their new beginning today.
Presenting to you Class 10E, led by Ms. Manjula Ji and Ms. Priya Sujesh, with fond memories of the institution, as well as the memorable moments with friends. Audience, please welcome our young graduates as they share their aspirations right in front of you on the screen. Give them a round of applause.
Presenting to you Class 12A, led by Mr. Thomas and Dr. Jayamangala Swami. Keep applauding them, dear audience, as they march forward, quivering with smiles on their faces and warmth in their hearts. Last but not the least, we now have Class 12B, led by Anamika Jha and Ms. Shiva DL. I request all valedictorians to please be seated. This is the day when the faculty experiences mixed feelings, a feeling of pride and sadness, while the parents look upon joyfully. This moment will forever be etched in the collective consciousness of PSBN as covering yet another milestone in this beautiful journey of togetherness.
May I request parents and valedictorians to please rise. Valedictorians, please rise. Please join us as we welcome our chief guests for the day, Mr. Nitin Williams and his wife, Ms. Swarnalata. He is being escorted by our principal, Ms. Rekha Vinod, our vice principal, Ms. Neeta Naidu, all our coordinators, and our esteemed dignitaries who have graced today's occasion at PSBN. Leading the entourage are the NCC cadets of our school. Audience, please be seated. A very pleasant evening to Mr. Sohail Ahmed, Vice Chairman and Chief Operation Officer, Presidency Group of Institutions, and his wife, Ms. Tajviya Ahmed, Ms. Aziza Isa, Senior General Manager, Office of Director, Ms. Daisy Sudhakar, Senior Executive HR, and most precious guests, our grade 10 and 12 students, to this soulful and ever so somber evening of the valedictory ceremony for the batch of 2022-23. We welcome you all with great joy and jubilation.
Light is the symbol of prosperity, well-being, and abundance. It has the quality to make us see things clearly. Light also knowledge. Darkness, on the other hand, represents ignorance. Lighting up a lamp denotes the removal of ignorance in us. May I now request the chief guest, Mr. Nitin Williams, our principal, Ms. Rekha Vinod, our vice principal, Ms. Neeta Naidu, and other dignitaries to come forward to light the lamp and spread its auspicious light. Valedictorians, please join your hands and stand in prayer position. Please be seated.
Prayer is an important way to experience God and communicate with Him. Prayer, communication with God. We do this by praising Him, confessing our sins before Him, thanking Him, and asking Him for our needs and desires. We shall now listen to the words of God from the Holy Scriptures. May I invite Saida Waisali, Charity S, and Dion Jins to read out the verses from the Holy Books. Students, please sit in position.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. O Allah, I seek you from the accursed Satan, from his madness, his pride, and his poetry. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa amalan saliha wa hifzan qawiya wa fahman kamila wa aqlan salika برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. O Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge and good deeds, and a strong memory, and a perfect understanding, and a sound intellect by your mercy, O the most merciful of the merciful ones.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Mahesha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhas Jnananjana Shalakaya, Chakshurunmilitam Yena, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This shloka refers to the Guru other than Brahma the creator, Vishnu the sustainer, and Shiva the destroyer, since Guru creates and sustains knowledge and destroys Ajnana. By doing so, he liberates the disciple from the ocean of life, attaining salvation. For this, we bow down with utter humility and total gratitude and salutation to the Guru for opening the eyes blinded by the darkness of ignorance.
A reading from the book of Proverbs. All one's way may be pure in one's own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. The Lord has made everything for its purpose, even the wicked for the day of trouble. By loyalty and faithfulness, iniquity is atoned for, and by the fear of the Lord, one avoids evil. When the ways of people please the Lord, he causes their enemies to be at peace with them. Better is a little with righteousness than large income with injustice. The human mind plans the way, but the Lord directs the steps. This is the word of the Lord.
Thank you, students. Life is a process of evolution. Keep in with this quote. Dear assemblage, the theme for our valedictory and commencement ceremony is UDBHAV, a new hope and a new beginning. UDBHAV means evolution, which is a self-maintaining, self-transforming, and self-transcending process that is directional in time and therefore irreversible. In its due course, it generates ever-fresh novelty, greater variety, more complex organization, higher levels of awareness, and increasingly conscious mental activity.
One is not the same individual they were a year ago, a month ago, or a week ago. We humans are always evolving. Experiences don't stop, and that's what we call UDBHAV. Sometimes, when you are in a dark place, you think you've been buried. Actually, you've been planted. You are evolving, and that's UDBHAV. Just like a seed that will soon grow to be a magnificent tree or a little plant one day. On this auspicious and ever so solemn an evening of the valedictory and commencement ceremony, I, Shamshad Jabin,
And I, Miss Vibha,
are full of engaging happiness and soulful musical renditions to welcome you all to Presidency School, Bangalore North. May I now request our Vice Principal Ma'am, Ms. Neeta Naidu, to give the formal welcome address.
Neo wear head coats. Success will not happen by cutting corners, taking shortcuts, or looking for the easy way. There's only hard work, late nights, early mornings, practice, repetition, study, and discipline. A very good evening to each one present here. Honorable Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, respected Principal, coordinators, and our most valued guest of the day. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to UDBHAV, valedictory ceremony for grade 10 and 12. Today, we are all gathered here to bid adieu to our valedictorians. I'm certain, students, that you all are feeling anxious, nervous, and excited at the same time. You have come a long way since you took first baby steps. And now, when you stand here at the juncture of life's journey, dear students, we are reminded by the ideology of Bill Gates. He shares, and I quote, "It's fine to celebrate success, but it's more important to heed to the lessons of life that is learned." Ladies and gentlemen, this solemn occasion, I take the pleasure in welcoming our chief guest for the occasion, Mr. Nitin Williams, Vice President, ABB. Please put your hands together as we welcome Sir. I request our Principal, Ms. Rekha Vinod, to hand over a token of appreciation to our esteemed chief guest for the evening. Ma'am, I'm humbled to welcome Dr. Nisar Ahmed, the Chancellor, Presidency University, and Chairman of Presidency Group of Institutions, in absentia. An edupreneur of his own right, initiative and style, Sir has been spearheading and establishing schools, colleges, and a university in Bengaluru. An excellent human being and a great leader, our Chairman, Sir, always encourages talented people who work for a great cause and serve the society. Dr. Nisar Ahmed sends his blessings to the outgoing students. I also extend a warm welcome to Ms. Kausar Ahmed, absentia, Chairperson, Presidency Group of Institutions. It's my privilege to welcome Mr. Sohail Ahmed, Vice Chairman, Presidency Group of Institutions. I request Principal Ma'am to do the honors. We also welcome Ms. Tajviya Ahmed, Member of the Board of Management. In absentia, I extend a warm welcome to our very own charismatic Ms. Nafisa Ahmed, Director, Presidency Group of Institutions. A keen enthusiast of curriculum and pedagogy, Ms. Nafisa ma'am has been the pivot of strength and grace. She extends all her support in realizing the vision of the school. It also gives me a pleasure to welcome Tanveer Ahmed, CEO Mitra Academy, in absentia. Both sir their greetings to the students today on their valedictory function. I gracefully welcome amongst us Ma'am Aziza Essa, Senior General Manager, Presidency Group of Institutions. We remain indebted to her for her evaluation and feedbacks, which keeps us aligned to the vision. Request Rekha ma'am to do the honors, please. In absentia, I extend my heartiest welcome to Mr. Salman, Vice President, Presidency Group of Institutions. Sir has been very instrumental in providing facilities and avenues in school. Mr. Salman sends his good luck for all the future endeavors for grade 10 and 12th graders. A warm welcome to the curriculum team, to the HR team, all the coordinators, headmistresses, and teachers from all our sister concerned schools. I cordially greet pillars of support who have stood by their children like a mountain. It's been their dream to see their children seated here. It's been their struggles, their sacrifices that has brought you here. Their contribution is immeasurable in your life, dear students. If I can use your lingo and the quest for technology from 3G to 4G and now 5G, let me tell you, children, there is no greater G than Mataji and Pitaji in your life. A heartful welcome to each one of you, dear parents. I welcome the teachers who make flyovers, subways, underpasses, skywalks, and whatnot during the learning for the students here at school. We appreciate your presence, dear colleagues. You must have heard the saying, it's possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. It means to indicate that each one of you can achieve the extraordinary greatness only if inside, and you are willing to allow that to happen to you. Students, as you know, there is no shortcut to success. In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. Be willing to publicly discuss failures, learn from mistakes, and never repeat the same mistake. So set your goal you want to achieve. Pursue it conscientiously. Think of it, dream of it, and live on that goal. This is the way to success, and this is what we give you today. New hopes, new beginnings. UDBHAV, may you always rise. Welcome, valedictorian.
Thank you, Neeta ma'am. It would be unfair if we stop our graduates from sharing their memorable journey across PSBN lanes. So, dear assemblage, on popular request, I would now like to invite Aditi Kumar of Class 12 and Praharsh Daniel of Class 10 to share them down the PSBN lane.
Consult not your fears, but your hopes and your dreams. Think not about your frustrations, but about your unfulfilled. Concern yourself not with what you tried and failed in, but with what is still possible for you to do. Good evening, Honorable Chief Guest, respected dignitaries, Principal, Vice Principal, parents, administrators, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduates of class 2022-23. It is my great honor and privilege to stand before you to deliver a speech on behalf of my fellow graduates.
We have all come here to watch and celebrate us as graduates, the class of 2022-23, transition into the next stages of our lives. We all have faced a lot of uncertainties. We have fought hard to rise to the challenges before us. I'm very proud to say that we have made it so far. The stage is filled with uniquely talented, uniquely different individuals eager to make their mark on the world. There is no doubt that all of us are equally excited and nervous for the next chapter ahead of our lives, to meet new people, to create new memories, and to pursue our passions in a new way.
Graduation marks the end of yet another extraordinary chapter in our lives. We all are here tonight to celebrate our triumphs, our achievements, our victories, both individually and as a school, and the journey on which we have all embarked towards our future destinations. This very moment is filled with nostalgia. Right from running around the corridors to all the beautiful conversations with our teachers and the point colloquies with our friends. Today is just a roster for each one of these moments and many more.
It feels like only yesterday that we stepped into grades 10 and 12 with tons of joy, and not to mention the haunting conception of the board exams. But together we still made it. And yes, I'm pretty sure that we all have learned more than A plus B the whole square. We learned valuable life lessons that would be with us no matter what comes our way. Each one of us has had our own experiences at Presidency, a combination of good times, situations where we have learned our lessons, times of laughter, joy, and times of school spirit. And of course, times of last-minute studying for that test or exam that we forgot was taking place the next day. As we look back, it is easy to say that Presidency has played an role in helping us shape the women and men we are today.
As excited to graduate, it is scary to leave this beautiful campus, equipped fallen to home. Therefore, we must treasure this part of our life filled with learning, laughing, and dreaming, and we ought to take time to appreciate all those small yet significant memories we have with each other. From field trips, which were meant to be educational, to sharing our tiny boxes with the entire strength of the class. From the ECAs, we had to walk around the campus, to the classes, we had to stand out. There are so many other memories that we made, but if I start talking about each one of them, our graduation is going to convert into night at the school, so I must stop. So let me take this opportunity to thank all those wonderful people who helped us sail through the journey in Presidency. Our families have been our first companions and our eternal cheerleaders. To our parents and family members here today, whose smiles are currently filled with sparkles, they love us so much, work tirelessly for us, lighten up our mood when we are down, and encourage us in everything that we do. Thank you for all you've done for us. We love you, parents.
How can we forget our dear teachers? We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all the teachers who work so hard to help us succeed and who bestowed their knowledge on us. There were so many subjects that I was apprehensive about, but it was due to their support that I am confident with them now. Teachers, without you, this wouldn't have been possible. I would also like to thank our principal ma'am, Ms. Rekha Vinod, for inspiring and motivating each one of us in and day out. I would also like to thank our Vice Principal Ma'am, Ms. Neeta Naidu, for displaying her determination and confidence for all of us to learn from.
There is still a long list of people we ought to thank. To begin with, our founder, Mr. Nisar Ahmed, was Presidency, and a dynamic young director, Ms. Nafisa Ahmed, for her constant support and guidance. The administrative staff for managing our requirements every day. The housekeeper for making sure that our learning space remain neat and tidy. And a big thank you to all the bus uncle and aunties who made sure that we were at school safely and who were incredibly patient when we made them wait at our stops. And to all our batchmates for sharing the best part of our lives and making memories that would last for a lifetime. We all will surely miss this wonderful school, its beautiful campus, the teachers, the soothing environment, and all our dear friends. Our wonderful school life in Presidency will always be remembered and cherished. Finally, holding each other up in times of triumphs and sticking out together in times of tribulation, these are the stories that we will be telling many years in the future, and these are the relationships we will celebrate across a lifetime.
Each day brings a new opportunity for success, and you should not let it stop you from doing the very things that you want to do in the present. To all my fellow graduates, go after the thing that you really want to pursue, and do not let anyone tell you that there is something you cannot do. These years have been splendid with you all, and with the bottom of our hearts, we wish you all the very best. At this juncture, I would like to quote Kerry Washington: "Your life is your story. Your life is your story, and the adventure ahead of you is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential." I can't assure you how our lives are going to be after today, but yes, let us make vows with ourselves to face come what may in our lives and make the story of our lives beautiful. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, students. That was quite touching and nostalgic.
Felicitation, acknowledgement for the achievements done by one, and the recognition that goes a long in telling them that we appreciate them truly. May I now invite our primary coordinator, Sneha, to felicitate some of our teachers.
Good evening. Presidency Group of Institutions Management would like to honor and appreciate the teachers who've been associated and served our organization for a long time. May I now request Suhail Ahmed Sir, Vice Chairman, and our beloved Principal, Rekha Ma'am, to step forward and honor the service of these teachers. First in line, it's Ms. Surya Ram Ram Babu, high school biology teacher who's dedicated 20 years for PGI. Next, we have our very own middle school coordinator, Nusrat Fatima, who is associated with PGI for more than 16 years. Up next, we have Ms. Munmun Nandi, trainee HOD English, who has also served PGI for over 15 years. May I call upon Ms. Diana Jerome, French teacher who has dedicated over 12 years for PGI. Up next, we have Ms. Shobha KS, Kannada HOD and Exam Department in charge, who has been serving with PSBN for about 10 years.
Moms and students, please keep applauding.
We now call upon Ms. Brinda Jana Kataria, a mother teacher of grade 2 who has served PSBN again for over 10 years. Next in line is Ms. Jeevita Babu, mother teacher of KG and grade 1 who has committed over 10 for PGI. Moving on, next we have Ms. Manjula, a high school English teacher who has served the institution for more than 15 years. invite Ms. Seema Wali, primary Hindi teacher who has also been serving for 10 years to receive the honor. We now call upon our very own Ms. Deepa Abraham, High School Coordinator, who has been associated with PGI for more than 10 years. May I now invite Ms. Kalpana Basu, who has served RT Nagar for 19 years and currently serving PSBN. Ma'am has had a fruitful and wonderful journey with students. Age is not been a concern to take up her duties. Our school management would like to honor ma'am's services. May I now request ma'am to come forward.
May we invite Miss Aziza to please join us in the felicitation. Aziza ma'am, please join us in the felicitation. Tajviya Ahmed to join us in the felicitation.
Congratulations, dear teachers, and hope to contribute to many success stories for our students at PGI. I extend my warm thank you to Suhail sir, Tajbiya ma'am, Aziza ma'am, and Rekha ma'am for doing the honors.
Thank you, Miss Neha. I quote, "Live life in a way so that you remain in the memories of everyone. Memories are a very important part of our lives and make us who we are. Our memory is the only possessions we have that are unique to us, as everyone reads a specific event differently. Remembering people, places, dates, and details lets the people we know that we value them in our life. Happy memories are an important ingredient in present happiness. Let's together travel down the memory lane and see the journey of our students in the form of a video. Dear all, fasten your seat belts and enjoy with us.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see,
the good old
I'll
days,
be the
your
light
childhood, where everything was new and full of curiosity.
find out what we're made of, when we are called to help our friends in need.
Let's time travel and go back to your childhood and see if you could recognize yourself today.
And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much it really means to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of, when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah.
School is going to be fun, and you missed for the fun you had with all your friends.
मेरा नाश्ता तेरा कंप्लीट हो, फीलिंग तेरी मेरा अपडेट हो, जोक्स में मेरे भेज दे, चाहे तू जहाँ मुझे लिंक भेज दे, जो मेरा है वो तेरा है, जो तेरा है वो मेरा, जो मेरा है वो तेरा है, जो तेरा है वो मेरा.
ರಕ್ತ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳ ಮೀರಿದ ಬಂಧವಿದು ಎಂದುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಧಿಸುವುದು, ಚಾಚಿತೋಳುಗಳನ್ನು ಬಿಗಿದಪ್ಪಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿ ನೋವನ್ನು ತನ್ನದೆಂದು ಕೈಯ ಹಿಡಿದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಬೆಸೆದು ಮುಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನಡೆವ ಎಂದು. ಸ್ನೇಹವಿದು ಇರಲಿ ಶಾಶ್ವತ. అమ్మ ఒడిలో లేని పాసం ఇస్తమల్లే అల్లుకుంది. జన్మకంతా తీరిపోని మమతలెన్నో పంచుతోంది. నీరు నుంచి మన స్నేహ గీతం ఏరా ఏరాల్లోకి మారే. మోలే లేని కళే చాలు వారే. ఒంటరైనా వమైనా వెంట నడిచే నీవే. తడి కన్నులనే చిన్ననేస్తమా. పొడి తుడుకులలో लोगों को आते दो नजर हम मगर देखो दो नहीं. ओ जुदा या खफा है खुदा है दुआ ऐसा हो नहीं. खाना पीना साथ है, मरना जीना साथ है. खाना पीना साथ है, मरना जीना साथ है. सारी ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे. ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा हाथ ना छोड़ेंगे. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Why'd you have to leave so soon? Yeah? Why'd you have to go? Why Why'd you have to leave me when I needed you the most? 'Cause I don't really know how to tell you without feeling much worse. I know you're in a better place, but it's so gonna hurt. Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on. It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. How do I breathe with you? I'm feeling so cold. I'll be waiting right here for you till the day you're home. Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on. So let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been
Hope you all enjoyed those memories.
without you, my friend, and I'll tell you.
There are only a few people in the world who love you unconditionally. Their love for you is immeasurable. This unconditional love is nothing but your parents' love for you, which is indefinite and infinite. They put their priorities aside for you, their loved ones. As a representative of the parent body, I would now like to request Mr. Nikhil Botra, parent of Ahana Paharia and Muktika Paharia, to speak on this opportune day and share his thoughts.
The previous one was really emotional. Good evening, all of you. Seven years ago, we migrated to the beautiful city of Bangalore. And this is the only school where we interviewed our children. You know why? We were particularly overwhelmed with the campus size because most schools in our hometown of Kolkata are devoid of open spaces in the compound as well as classrooms. After the positive admission results were communicated for both the kids by the forthcoming school staff, we did not even bother to go hunting for schools. You can guess there are no regrets since. Anyway, the important point is that the instinctive decision making that we did as a family that day has a lesson for students and young adults before they get into their professional arenas for a bout. Instincts are an important part of personalities which help us in making decisions when we have a short amount of time or part of a complex problem. In your curricula in future, you will be taught by different means, directly or indirectly, how to make decisions. Please keep in mind that instinct is something that will always be by your side at such times. However, the caveat is that the raw material for the instinct is time and experience. The more you experience situations, the better you get at making such decisions. You would understand that I'm seeing when you read some mind-blowing books by authors like David Eagleman, Stephen Lewitt, Malcolm Gladwell. These are like my favorite authors. These are some of the popular books you can get, and they are also inexpensive. Giving back to the society. Now, this is not a novel piece of effort required to give something back to the society. What is enough is empathetic and respectful attitude towards everything around us, including fellow humans. I think it is the most undermined yet a basic cornerstone of our lifetimes. My note to all of you wonderful people, the girls especially, I keep saying my girls as well, fight the gender bias wherever it still exists, debate the issues and then decide. Take out time for yourself every day to clear your minds, go for a late evening walk, bedtime reading, solo travel, whatever suits you. Go out there, play a sport or two, be physically formidable. It will make you mentally spirited. Go for 5K, 10Ks, marathons, triathlons. I'm sure you have watched movies which make you mentally spirited when you're sport. How many of you are Rocky Balboa fans? Exams are coming up, so it's natural that your schedule has become hectic. However, I'll take a moment to leave with you a few unpopular hacks. Afternoon naps, yes. Undisturbed night bedtime and afternoon naps help you revise unconsciously. Use that to your benefits. Play on your strength areas and extra revision of those topics which are relatively easier for you to manage will maximize the return of your time and your efforts. Collaborate and study in small groups on some occasions if you think the entire group fit. And let me also suggest a tough one, but I find it the most useful. Draw up and follow for each day till the last exam day. It's like delegating the time management job scheduler. Good luck for your careers and give your optimum effort always. I remain really hopeful the best is yet to come. I realized these facets about PS that the teachers have extended tremendous support, especially during the online the COVID time. Excellent faculty in the dance room, sharp individual attention from some subject teachers have actually given kids interest in a that was boring at best. A fantastic orchestra and choir group. I'm sure some of us remember last mind-blowing performance at the valedictory event, as well as in the pre-pandemic years. Annual days were a spectacle. We were really looking forward to the event in November this year. Field trips, camping, etc., etc. I can just go on. We realize that the school stands for development of overall facets of a student's life rather than a lopsided approach. A big round of applause to all staff, coaches, who have shaped the lives of all the families, children to the school. A bigger round of applause, please. Last but not the least, it is great to see my children having much bigger vision now as they have learned the importance of empathy and discipline. And all of this has been provided and guided under the leadership of Madam Principal and the Trust. It has been very special. Thank you. And thank you, Madam Principal, for providing me this opportunity to share my thoughts at this podium. I was yearning earnestly. All of you have a good evening. I'm sure this is going to end on an emotional note. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words. You now witness the handing over of the mantle of responsibility by the head boy and the head girl to the head of the institution. May I now request our outgoing school head girl Aditi Kumar and the outgoing school head boy Patrick John to take their positions. I hereby request our principal ma'am, Ms. Rekha Vinod, to join in the handing over of the mantle. The school flag is now being handed over by the present head boy Patrick John to the principal.
On behalf of the Student Council of PSBN, it's my duty now to take over the mantle of responsibility and hand over to the next batch of students to take up their leadership roles and value and respect the traditions of this amazing institution. Thank you, dear students, for the responsible approach with which you had taken up your role. God bless both of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students.
I would now request our principal, Ms. Rekha Vinod, an epitome of grace, a seasoned academician who carries 3 decades of administrative experience, a person who has always been very humble with her students as well as her teachers, ever so patient while handling any issue, to say a few words for our outgoing batch of grades 10 and 12 for the year 2022-23.
Dear everyone, a hearty welcome for this very, very memorable occasion where we are completely taken aback by this special moments which is going to continue to unfold as the evening begins. May I, on behalf of the school management, take this opportunity to extend a very, very warm welcome to the Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Nathan Williams. Mrs. Williams, may I also extend our hearty welcome to Mr. Suhail Ahmed and Mrs. Ahmed, who have been able to grace their occasion today. It's my pleasure to have one of my guiding forces at PSBN to be amongst us today, Mrs. Aziza ma'am, and dignitaries along with her. Vice Principal, Mrs. Neeta Naidu, coordinators, teachers, my strength, administrative members, our strength, students, choir members, band, and our dear valedictorians. Hearty welcome to this amazing evening. May I start with this special address time by thanking my dear parents who are seated in this beautiful day, witnessing their children graduate. Each one of you, dear parents, is going to have amazing thoughts in your mind as you watch this evening. Yes, life is going to be full of action, and we will definitely see your children move on proudly to take up wonderful life as it is going to be charted out for them. A very, very special thank you, dear parents, for your support and trust in our institution. Each and every member has been giving their very best for these valuable young ladies and gentlemen who are proudly seated here to get ready for this world. May I especially take certain names here who would have had a long-standing time with PSBN. I see Nikita Chowdhury and Pavana S. Nayars have had more than 10 years with PSBN. Dear parents of these children, you would have had amazing long journey full of memories from the time you made your children, I would say, crawl into the campus. It is definitely my time to also remember that the 10th graders who are seated, most of them have had a long, wonderful, cherishing journey with us. Almost some 34 students seated here have started their year with us from grade 3. So as they moved up from grade 3 to grade 10, I imagine the memories they have bundled up and the parents have supported as they had continued to grow and develop in our beautiful campus. Dear parents, audience, and children, nothing is possible without right plans and writers who would be able to action such plans. I would like to acknowledge our teamers who have been able to give their wonderful plans with right actions and coordination with the support of wonderful teachers to make everything happen in our campus. We all are aware that 2 years, life stood still for the entire world. But education system moved forward with a very new approach. You as a parent got to see how your children were learning from homes, which was a new beginning. We as teachers got to develop new plans to make sure our children continue to do their learning in spite of all challenges. That was another new beginning. Nothing stopped for teachers and school leaders and administrators. So this is our moment, dear children, to remember all your teachers, your principals, your vice principals who have given you their various plans to make you move forward. I always tell you all, remember to thank, because you are going to learn values for life along with your learning. And this is my time to say thank you to dear parents who have been very, very supportive and made us journey of this session with the right approach. Our children today are seated here getting ready for their exams. Yes, definitely. We are looking for more than exams. We are looking for life, world where they are going to blossom. They are going to ask. So may I really look at each one of my children who are standing here and say, you are jewels in yourself. The jewels you wear is just there. But you are a jewel in yourself. We do know, some of you do feel that you like to be in only in this way or that way. But what I see today are smart young gentlemen and beautiful ladies who are radiantly waiting to sign off this night with lots and lots of wonderful memories which is going to last a long, dear ones. So before you move on to that journey, with my years with these beautiful children, I would like to just tell very, very few points which would definitely be on the same lines as our dear parent, Mr. Nikhil Bora, had shared. Dear students, I would just say, be yourself. You're beautiful, you're unique, you're talented, you have the aptitude, you have the attitude. Just be yourself, because the world is waiting for members who are going to be themselves, who are going to authenticate the way they are going to present themselves to this world. You see, excellence happens only when each one of you is going to realize how you are going to make yourself a better person. So I probably would like to repeat again and again that be your better you, because there is no one else like you, and your parents would just want you to be the stars shining as in a galaxy, which is definitely going to be the way if you want to be just you. Please do not try to be someone else. Shah Rukh Khan did not want to be someone else. He did not have a godfather. He did not have any other support except belief in himself. There are so many examples like this I can take on and go on. What it means is each one of you just look into yourself, look at the possibility of becoming better, choose what you want correctly, and continue to be in the same direction of the choice without changing your course of action. I would like to say that there are so many students present here who have contributed so beautifully to this institute. Rather, each one of you, dear graduates who are present here, 217 of you, have contributed earnestly to this institution. Because every contribution is very valuable. Every teacher present here has taken up the learning from these contributions and developed further and further. So, my dear students, it's time for you to shape yourself with your new aspirations, but remember to be just yourself. You are going to do better if you are very sure of yourself. So have that in your heart. Be sure of your decisions, because your parents are here to support you at all times as you take those decisions. And we all are sure parents at all times have been saying we want our children to be happy and we want them to pursue the right career options which makes them happy. Am I with you, dear parents? Every time I hear you, this is what you say. We would want our children to do their best and we are ready to help them in that journey forward. So it's time for us to make sure our children value themselves, have no doubts about themselves, and have that confidence to choose the right direction of their journey. I'm sure rest is going to happen on its own. Value everything you have and respect everything you have. Definitely, it is time today to definitely remember to value what your parents have given, value what your school has given, and value what you are. I hope you say a thank you from the bottom of your heart to every teacher who has supported you over the years in your campus, or those members who are not in your campus too. It could be your teachers who have been giving you the valuable classes in your classrooms. It could be the teachers who have been giving you valuable classes outside your classrooms. Each one have added value. Remember to salute and respect them. I definitely would like to say my head boy and head girl have their very best effort when you all got back as batch of 22-23 to take up this challenging year forward. Dominic has been having lovely plans for the school students. It has been amazing to see when I stepped in the month of September, I was first looking for the student council because I know you are the representatives who need to the concerns and solve the concerns for each one of us. So I did really see, acknowledge, and to even see this mature young adults, both the head boy and head girl, represent what new action plans can come to the campus. It could be the different events which could add value to you. It could be the the no bag policy which could come in. I saw these youngsters, young learners have some new thoughts opening their minds. And you all know everything starts with right thinking. So dear children, we value and respect the way you wanted to start your academic year and did start your academic year. We did see in the first few months, you took leadership roles. You did participate in Model United Nations. You did participate in the ECA activities. You took charge of the events. Yes, with the support of your teachers. Learn to value what you gave. But I will say, you will have to learn to give back to your alma mater also as responsible citizens. It is very easy to say, very difficult to follow. 2 days back, I had the batch of 21, 22 alumni visit our campus and so humbly present the Ramaya University's event portfolio and brochure to my office. It was a pleasure to see that child walk in. You know what happens when you come back to your campus? You remember your rich growth in your campus, and also you get your school to support you for your future developments. Your school is here forever. Your mentors, your facilitators are here to help you out. So I hope that you will be a valuable alumni for this institution. We are sure the students of 10th standard are going to take their course of choice based on their aspirations, and some of you are going to stay back for your 11th and 12th program, and some of you are going to take other courses as per your aspirations. But remember to value your campus. PSBN is yours, and come back and give back to your campus. Because when you learn to give back to your own campus, you learn to give back to the society, and you become a better citizen. It is going to be a journey for each one of you who are seated here if you learn to give back. One of the most important values, learn to give back to your parents, give back to your grandparents, give back to your sisters and brothers at home, give back to your friends, give back to your juniors. Yes, and give back positive influence, right support and values. If you learn to do this, you are going to have an enriching learning journey as a young citizen of this country. Children, 1.4 billion country this is. So we are wealth of the world. We are the human resources. Today, we are getting ready to see, when you were watching, having your final rehearsals, in front of you, the aircrafts were flying past. Remember? Aero India 2023 has a lot of significance. It has excellence in the aviation industry being represented over there. So you need to be one of those excellent members. So chalk out your journey and choose right and excel in that journey. That's when you are going to make a difference to yourself, your family, society, your nation, and the world as whole. So with that, I would definitely say there are going to be times you will have to learn values are about skills. There is a very popular saying in the corporate world, you don't hire for skills, but you are hired for your attitude, as skills can be developed later. So, attitude is what going to take you forward. Bring in that positivity in you. Change the way you would like to move forward. I keep talking about body language. I keep talking about reading you all as we move. You know what happens? When you move to the industries, you are going to be read first by your body language, by the way you walk, by the way you talk. And it doesn't end there. Attitude is going to take you miles, because what you do is going to be reflected. It's going to get reflected. So, my dear little children, for me you are real little children. For your parents, you will always remain little children. Take these as your valuable inputs as you sign off the evening. You are smart, no doubt. You are confident, no doubt. You are going to be intelligent and brilliant, no doubt. Bring the right attitude to bring that change in you to become a better person. And I am going to definitely be sure that your parents are going to be proud of you as you take on this journey. So my dear graduates, congratulations on this pass out day. And remember, nothing would have happened without this beautiful force which is seated behind me. The stars are right here. They might be seated in the backside, but they are the pillars who have made the difference, and they will continue to be the pillars who are going to make the difference even today till you sign off, or for the future years as well. So let us together put our hands and thank our teachers for the formidable efforts in making these wonderful young ladies and gentlemen seated here confident of themselves. May I take this opportunity also to thank the high school coordinator, Ms. Deepa Abraham, who has been minutely looking into all aspects of academics and discipline, ably supported by the Vice Principal, Neeta Naidu ma'am. And nothing would have happened without the support of all the teachers, HRAs of 10th and 12th standard, who have been so highly emotional. Dear children, do you know? They are ready to shed a tear when we sit down and talk to them about you. That close they have kept you and will continue to keep you. So remember to respect, value such adorable teachers for life. And that's the attitude with which you will move forward today when you take on your journey. Thank you all. May the Lord's blessings be with them.
Thank you, ma'am. Your words were truly inspiring. We hope that the students will indeed follow the path that you have shared through your valuable words.
Our life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change, which is how we create and evolve. And that is UDBHAV. Failure is an outcome that most of us dread. We can get inspiration from the butterfly, who has one of the most fascinating life cycles of all creatures, where sometimes it's a creepy caterpillar, then a resting chrysalis. When we understand evolution, we will not only grow more efficiently, give up less often, and find more satisfaction in the entire process, but definitely evolve for the better.
We wish that each one of you experience UDBHAV, a new hope and a new beginning. We wish that you be like a flower which survives the rain and at the same time uses it to grow and evolve and become a better version of itself. So friends, life is all about change, which is sometimes painful like the chrysalis and sometimes it's beautiful like the butterfly. Remember that evolution is not possible without change. So let's together put our heart and soul into our progress and turn them into reality.
Life is a beautiful journey that is meant to be embraced to the fullest every day. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. So look for the good in your life, just like how a rainbow signifies optimism and positivity when it comes with sunshine, even after the storm. So let's hear it from the choir as they inspire you with their song, I'll Keep My Eyes Open for the Rainbow.
Just a process of life.
Dear audience, we have amongst us Ms. Seema Walia, our teacher who had to be felicitated today. She was unwell and she has just joined us now. May I invite Mr. Sohail Ahmed, Ms. Tajvi Ahmed, Aziza ma'am, and our principal, Ms. Rekha Vinod, kindly to do the honors. We have amongst us Ms. Seema Walia, a teacher who has been with us for more than 10 years at Presidency School, Bangalore North. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
May I now request our pre-primary coordinator, Ms. Reshmi Amit Raj, to introduce our chief guest for the day.
Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Nitin Williams, to the audience. Mr. Williams is an electronic engineer from the Pune University and has worked with leading global solution provider in industrial automation. He has worked with B&R Industrial Automation and Rockwell Automation at various positions and moved to the ABB India Limited in 2013. Sir joined ABB as business head for automation business and moved further up the ladder to work as the vice president for ABB Robots in India. Presently, he is working as the vice president operations with ABB System Drives. During his career, he has held multiple positions and has wide experience of overall functions in leading a business, operations, business development, and sales. Mr. Williams is also an avid traveler and an active participant in sports and cultural activities throughout his student life. He still continues to nurture the interest in sports and road trips. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and taking your precious time out to attend this function. We request you to deliver the keynote address to our graduating students.
Thank you, Reshmi ma'am.
Thank you. Dear students, you have been quite disciplined. And may I request you to just turn 30 degrees towards me so I can see you and talk to you, if that is okay for you. So your principal has approved it, so you can. Thank you. So, you know, it's an important day for you all. And it's important to understand the learnings which we have done. We just hold on for a minute. Thank you, ma'am. So for me, it is a pleasure to be a part of the journey which you have taken up. What I call the 217 of you, right, is that's the people you are there. And I suggest UDBHAV is the evaluation which the process you have taken and being very happy for it. I'd like to mention that you are the young hope, the talents, much empowered, much more empowered as compared to the time we were. You know what has to be done, what has not to be done, right? I'm pretty sure all 217 of you would have watched 3 Idiots. Yes? Yes. So sure that you are aware what you're going to take care of your career. I know that you are quite empowered, quite knowledgeable, quite clear about what you're going to talk or take in your careers. So this is not what I am going to talk today. There has been a lot of experience which has been shared by your principal, Mr. Nikhil, your vice principal, and they have told you what has to be done. What I will try to share with the experience is a couple of incidents in my life in school, which is some learning which I like to leave with you all. A small story. Maybe I was a little younger than you all, was in class 8. In the class, when this teacher was not there, there was a break. And in that break, in the classroom, there were 4 of us in the 4 corners playing, doing the catching practice with a wooden duster. It's a true event. Nothing has been added for the today evening. And we were playing around, playing the catching practice in the room. 4 of us were playing, and I made a mistake. I threw it a little higher. There was a tube light. It hit the tube light, and the tube light came down with a loud noise. The teachers came running. It was a small school. The teachers came running. I still remember the teacher, Mrs. Matthews. She never intended to, but that moment she said to me, "Now you have to pay for it." I got afraid. Now what to do? So, as like you people get pocket money. That time there was no kind of a pocket money. It was very, very fearful to reach your father and say that you have done some mistake in the school and then I have to pay. Then what comes to your mind is your friends. So I had a friend who was my basically benchmate and also a good friend. I'll name him Girish. And he suggested and came with an idea that once the school closes for the day, our cycle parking was on the back side of it. So we will go, take out another tube light from the toilet, hide it in the playground under the bushes, and then next day we will come and say this is the tube light the school wanted, and it's all good. So hearing about that tube light, my tube light clicked. So I said, this is a fantastic idea. And we did it. We both did it. And there was another person by the name of Manoj who also came to know that we have taken a tube light, hid it in the back side, and next day morning, we with the full confidence, or what madam is saying, with the wrong full attitude, we came to the school and realized that tube light is not there. We were fearful what to do. What has to be done now? We went to the school to attend it. And then whole assembly was going on. Our class 8A, was made to stand for another half an hour. We were only standing, all the other classes were asked to go. After half an hour, 2 of us, Girish and myself, was taken out from the class 8A and told by the principal name was Mrs. David. And she said, please go back home get your parents, and once you get your parents only, you will be allowed to come to the school. No choice. You have to get your parents now. So next day, of course, my father came, and as usual, scolding, lectures, wrong things which you have done. They try to tell you what has to be done right and wrong. It was done. And it is a fact. Well, all went well. I was allowed to come to the school, but I was angry. I was really angry. Who let this come out? Okay. I was quite well built that time, so I wanted to take it out. And I could find out that it is Manoj who has told to the school, another friend of mine, that this incident has happened. Very shocking for me. I went to Manoj and asked him. And to share with you, Manoj was a district level shot putter. And I never dared to fight with him, but I did ask him. I did ask him, why did you tell? And he simply said to me, Nitin, and this was his words, I would have stopped you, if I would have not stopped you today, it would have become your habit. And I wanted you not to become like that. Now I have got two friends, Girish and Manoj. Now it is you to decide, or you to think, who are your best friends, who are your good friends. It is important to understand what has to be selected. With this, I quote a very well-known person, Muhammad Ali. He said, friendship is the hardest thing in the world to explain. I'll just repeat, friendship is the hardest thing in the world to explain. It can teach you. But if you haven't learned the meaning of friendship, you really haven't learned anything. So understand what is true friendship. When you are out of school, you will have more freedom to choose, as your lovely teachers will not be there to monitor you. You will have more freedom. Choose a friend which is more important, a good friend to you. And also be a good friend to others. Guide them well. Good? So this is one promise I will like you to all have, is to be a good friend or to be a true friend to your friends. That is very, very much important in this world. One more learning, very short. This one will not be as big as the other one. I was in class 10th. And in our time, the classes were not as high-tech as it is now. There was no theater kind of a setting, no projectors, no laptops, no videos. It was a normal class. And since I was tall, I was sitting in the back of the class because others cannot see it. And so there were many other students who were sitting with me, who were also tall or more taller than me. Some were 6'6", 6'5". I still remember his name was Bijoy. And we all were sitting together. And used to happen is some of them were quite mischievous. And so our group was known in the school as one of the mischievous group. And I was also a part of it. It's not that I was not. Finally, the 10th exams got over. We cleared the 10th exam. I was always quite a decent student, so did well. And once I did well, in class 11th, we had option of selecting either section A or section B if you are above certain grades to take computer or engineering drawing as an optional subject. I chose section B. So the point was not that. Now here the story comes. I met in the corridor my English teacher. The English teacher asked, "Which section are you in?" And I said, "Section B." I was proud. She looked at me, section B, and got surprised. Few seconds she was looking at me. I didn't realize what she wanted to say. But later I realized you are not responsible for what your friends do, but you are judged by the company you keep. So you are judged by the company you keep. The others could not make it to the other section A and B. So they were surprised that I could make it. So my request to all of you is surround yourself with the people who are lifting you in your life, in your career. That is very, very important. Have a positive energy around you. So, my friends, a long way for you to go in the life. Keep these two things. There are a lot of learnings others have given to you. Very, very important, very, very critical. And keep all these things embedded in you. For me, it has been quite an emotional time when my kids, who also studies in presidency, said, what are you going to talk? I try to revisit what I learned in my schooling, class 8 and class 10, and wanted to share with you people. Since I'm nearing my end of my discussion, I will say that life is, and the future is all about ups and downs, success and failures. And from everything, there's a learning you please take. Remember, Ratan Tata once quoted and said, I'm quoting from there, ups and downs in life are very important to keep us going, because a straight line, even in an ECG, means you are not alive. So the ups and downs will be there. Enjoy every moment of it. You have been in a very good school. Your parents have sown a seed some years back. And with the nurturing, with the principal, the staff, the vice principals, the teachers have done, you have become a sapling. They have enlightened you with you with the knowledge. With the knowledge, they taught you the values and discipline in your life. Take this forward. Build up a career which your school and your parents will be proud of it. I thank Principal for giving me this opportunity to share my experience to this wonderful 217 bright kids. Thank you once again. And leaving you at the end what Einstein mentioned. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is, do not stop questioning and learning. Thank you. Thank you, students.
Thank you, sir, for those inspiring words. Our students have definitely got your message.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. You have gained a lot of knowledge, skills, and wisdom you need in life. From now on, it would be all about your continuous self-improvement. So here's wishing you a happy farewell through this euphonious musical rendition. Dream on with a new hope and a new beginning, because only when you stop dreaming will your dream come true.
The choir has always been the backbone for all our functions. It has mesmerized and enraptured us in its own special way. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the mellifluous voices of PSBN as they present to you another enthralling number. Dream on, until your dreams come true.
teachers are requested to take their position on the aisle. May I request the students to rise. The light that shines from the candle is a reminder of the darkness outside and the hope that we can give by burning out for others. The warmth of a candle offers a sense of support and love, while the light creates a feeling of optimism.
You will now witness the most somber and breathtakingly beautiful part of this evening. The candles being lit up. The candles are now being passed on by the HRAs of grade 10 and 12 and heads of all the departments and coordinators.
We request our chief guest for the day, Mr. Nitin Williams, our principal, Ms. Rekha Vinod, Mr. Sohail Ahmed, Vice Chairman PGI, to join in spreading the light of knowledge and wisdom to our students. May I request Aziza ma'am also to join us.
The aisle of PSBN is now going to be lit brilliantly with a candlelight that is emitted from the candles being passed on. Dear parents, we present to you the breathtakingly beautiful butterfly
as it adorns the palms of our young graduates tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the divine beauty of the butterfly, the flower of the sky that is born to fly from its cocoon, to bring a beauty so delicate into the warm summer, as sweet as the nectar as it flutters and seeks each moment until it rests. Valedictorians, spread those wings and be the life amid so much sky around you, carrying your candle and lighting up your world. Presenting to you the song, Carry Your Candle.
Pledge is a solemn promise that you make to assume your responsibilities with utmost sincerity in the times to come. May I now request our principal, Ms. Rekha Vinod, to administer the oath to the valedictorians of 2022-23. All students are requested to take the oath position and repeat after ma'am.
We, the students of Presidency School, Bangalore North, this day solemnly pledge before God and before our parents, teachers, and dignitaries who have assembled here this evening. We promise that we will deeply value and cherish the knowledge, wisdom, and skills that we inculcated here at Presidency. We promise that we will strive to live a life that is guided by the highest ideals, principles, and ethics. We promise to be a responsible citizen of this great nation, and that we will do our best to make positive contributions to India's peace, prosperity, and progress, and to the great cause of ensuring justice to all its citizens. We solemnly pledge that we will not discriminate against anyone on the basis of race, religion, class, gender, language, of intelligence. We will not take advantage of anyone for the sake of undeserved personal benefits. We will be a person of integrity in all positions of responsibilities that we may hold in life. We will not use such opportunities for exercising power, but as avenues for service. We will be ever conscious of the need to protect the harmony of the environment, and we will strive to live a life that is ecologically sustainable in keeping with the great ideals enshrined in the motto of this great institution. Gain more knowledge, reach greater heights. We pledge that we will stray neither to the right nor left, but on to the journey onwards with unwavering commitment to those principles. So, help me God. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students. You may leave the oath position and please be seated.
Gratitude is pausing to notice and appreciate the things that we often take for granted. It is a positive emotion that involves being thankful and appreciative. May I now request Ms. Nusrat Fatima, our middle school coordinator, to propose the formal vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Every special moment ends, but the valedictory ceremony as an occasion is an exception in itself. It is the beginning of a new journey of life for our dear students. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. It's often said that gratitude is the attitude that takes you to your altitude. On behalf of the management, Mrs. Rekha Vinod, Principal PSBN, Mrs. Neeta Naidu, Vice Principal, coordinators, staff, and students of PSBN, I would like to extend my gratitude to the chief guest of today's event, Mr. Nitin Williams, and Mrs. Swarnalata, who spared time from their busy schedule to grace this occasion. Sir, our heartfelt gratitude to you for your presence and your insightful speech. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Nisar Ahmed esteemed Chancellor, Presidency University, Chairman, Presidency Group of Institutions, Madam Kausar Ahmed, Chairperson, Presidency Group of Institutions, Mrs. Nafisa Ahmed, Director, PGI, in absentia, Mr. Suhail Ahmed, Vice Chairman, PGI, Mrs. Tajviya Ahmed, Member of the Management, Mr. Salman Ahmed, Vice President in absentia, Mrs. Aziza Isa, Senior Manager, PGI, and the members of the Managing Trustees for their constant guidance, unstinted support, cooperation, and encouragement in every endeavor. We would also like to thank Mrs. Daisy Sudhakar, Senior HR Executive, for her presence today. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to principals, vice principals, and coordinators of our sister concerns whose presence has made this event a memorable one. A special thank you to our dear parents and well-wishers for your rock-solid support and encouragement. Dear parents, you are very special and your support has always been of utmost importance to us. With a deep sense of appreciation, we thank our dynamic leader, Mrs. Rekha Vinod, for being the catalyst that inspired the entire team of PSBN to do our best and stand as pillar of strength. Thank you, ma'am. We also thank Mrs. Neeta Naidu, Vice Principal and coordinators for their untiring efforts to make this solemn occasion a successful one. We are short of words for involvement of our sincere, proactive, and dedicated faculty members for extending their support as and when required in making this event a successful one. Our special thanks to music team, students of choir and band who have contributed to make the day's function a memorable one. Thank you to Mrs. Veda, Mrs. Asha Parimal, Mr. Gubert, and Mr. Michael for adding color to the program with the video and presentation. Sincere thanks to our creative team, the Art and Craft Department, for adding glamour and glitz to the show. A big thank you to the two anchors, Mrs. Shamshad Jabin and Mrs. Vibha Prabhu, who took us through the show. A heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Syed Askari, Assistant Director of Facility, Mr. Vinod, Admin Associate, Mrs. Noor Aisha, and Admin Department, who have worked behind the scene to make this event happen. Thanks to our technical arrangement team, stage setting and lighting arrangement team, and the caterers, transport department, and the housekeeping staff for helping us with so many arrangements in regard to this event. A big thank you to our PE department and the NCC cadets for maintaining discipline and decorum of the event. A heartfelt thanks to all the students who put in their best and made this day look so beautiful with their attitude and cheerful smiles. Lastly, nothing moves without the blessings of the Almighty God. May we thank God for the showers of blessings bestowed upon us. Thank you. God bless you all.
Your school's anthem rouses the spirit in you, uplifts your soul, and enthuses the pride in you for being a part of an institution which makes you hold your head high. Let's together hear our students sing their school anthem for one last time. Students, please rise for your school anthem.
Audience, please be seated. Valedictorians, please be seated. Mementos are what help a person remember something in the past. It is something that holds immense value to each one as a memory of the past that they would like to keep forever. Today, our outgoing graduates will be handed over mementos in memory of the wonderful years that they have spent at the school.
May I now request all our teaching and non-teaching staff to join us and bless our graduates. Teachers, you're requested to take your position for the corridor of blessings.
Let's together pray in our hearts. Dear God, your blessings are needed now more than ever. I ask you to see them through their future, guide their choices, and support them as they become adults. I ask that you bless them in all ways. Give them a heart full of love, a head full of hope, and wisdom to guide them.
Set your goals high and always dream big, because you're only as big as the dreams you dare to live. Hope you take life lessons from the seed that grows to be a fruit-bearing tree one day, and the caterpillar that transforms into a beautiful butterfly. Wishing you all success for your upcoming board exams. May good luck be in your favor and your preparation being fantastic outcomes.
May I now request our chief guest for the day, Mr. Nitin Williams, Mr. Sohail Ahmed, Vice Chairman, Presidency Group of Institutions, Ms. Tajwiya Ahmed, Ms. Aziza Isa, General Manager, Presidency Group, our Principal, Ms. Rekha Vinod, Vice Principal, Ms. Neeta Naidu, and all dignitaries present here today to hand over the mementos to our outgoing graduates.
May I request? May I request the students to please rise. Graduates, you will now collect your mementos from our dignitaries as you move down through the aisle and walk through the corridor of blessings. Dear audience, please switch on your mobile torches and sway them away from left to right as the students move out. Farewell, dear students, and good luck to you. Let's hear it for the choir as they sing the song, Count Your Blessings.
वो दिन गुल्लक में बड़ी चवन्नी सी बचा के रखे हैं हमने वो दिन ना किसी मंजिल की फिक्र थी जिंदगी जीने की उम्र थी दोस्ती और दोस्तों से उधार के दिन थे वो दिन भी क्या दिन थे ओ दिन भी क्या दिन थे ओ दिन भी क्या दिन थे चवन्नी सी बचा के रखे हैं हमने वो दिन ना किसी मंजिल की फिक्र थी जिंदगी जीने की उम्र थी दोस्ती और दोस्तों से उधार के दिन थे वो दिन भी क्या दिन थे
Thank you one and all for gracing this occasion with your presence. May I request all the dignitaries to please join us for a group picture in the gallery area. Teachers, you're all requested to join us in the gallery area for a group picture. And students, please come back to the gallery. May I now request all parents to join us for dinner. Please enjoy the great ambience and delicious food. Requesting the teachers in charge to escort the guests and parents. Teachers, you're requested to join us for a group picture in the gallery area with all our dignitaries for today.
Teachers and students, please come to the gallery area immediately. Teachers and students, kindly come to the gallery area immediately.